Oh, thank you.
Looks so delicious.
It looks.
Cool.
Maybe it is.
Excellent.
No, I gotta take it.
Check, 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 check. Am I on? Am I on? Can you hear me?
Yep.
You hear me right here? Got me there? Are we ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Can you hear me?
We're all good. Okay, so are we recording?
We're all recording. All three.
So this is the Happiness Podcast Project, and we are filming in Mongolia. So here's the concept. We're gonna come, fly to Mongolia, meet some expats, meet some locals, talk about their journey, talk about their path to happiness or their path to whatever they're doing, and really in general have a great meal and a great conversation at a beautiful restaurant. So here,
What restaurant are we at? I don't even know what restaurant we're at.
we're at Nazca.
Somehow we got Peru in Mongolia.
That's
How
one of
did
the
I even
things.
have it, man?
That's one of the beauties of Mongolia. So one of the beautiful things about Mongolia is I came here a few months ago. Like I said on the podcast, I wanted to get away from everything because my father had passed away, and I came here. And what happened was I was like, okay, what the fuck? There's like salsa dancing. There's like all kinds of restaurants from everywhere, and I see people from all over the world. People who are genuinely warm and nice to me. I'm sure there's some people who just don't wish I didn't exist, but that's everywhere. It's just my personality. But what was really amazing was like the group of people I met. So I'm going to introduce our 17 viewers in America. We're still at 17, right?
Yeah. 17 only, right?
17 viewers in America. I'm going to introduce them to a couple of wonderful people that we met here.
Okay. And
a gentleman by the name of Zak, whose race is ambiguous. We don't know what he really is. In Dubai, he's Indian, and in India, he's Arabic.
Yes.
And the beautiful Amelia,
Thank you.
which I just pointed out that Amelia was a vampire elder in the Underworld series, and she looked at me like I was crazy. So, Zak, how you doing today, brother?
Oh, I'm doing amazing.
Yeah. First of all, thank you for coming here.
No worries.
I know you were probably up to like, you probably just didn't sleep because your life is pretty exciting. And so I'm just gonna ask you a couple of questions and you
Go for it.
feel free to answer. And the question I ask is like, how did you get to Mongolia? Because are you Mongolian?
No, of course
Okay,
not.
of course, he just said
This is the last straw I have to say. Ultimately, like I'm half Mongolian, right? No, I'm not Mongolian,
Yeah.
of course. So about me, if you want to know about me, the thing is like what brought me to Mongolia.
Yes.
So it goes way back in my high school days. I was friends, my classmates were all Mongolians, and back then I had a very good attachment with my classmates, and all my classmates were expats. So I had very few of my countrymen, so all the rest were expats, and I was studying in international school, and
Where at?
I was in India back then,
India, okay.
in a school called Kodigiri Public School and GSIS, which is Good Shepherd International School.
I'm so excited that I don't have to say Kodagiri Public School
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Boy, I had to drink more to say
Yeah,
that.
you call that. We used to just call it KPS. So there were 9 branches of the school all over in India, and it used to always be in the hill stations, in the cold areas, cold regions. So lots of greenery, and it always used to be in 10 degrees to 5 degrees. This was the climatic because you're staying in the hill stations.
Wow.
And it was just unbelievable, beautiful, and it had these tea estates all over. So my school was in the middle between like 50 acres of tea estate, and you can see like outside my school area you can see elephants and different kinds of species animals, and it was a beautiful like a nature kind of place. And all international students from Canada, from America, from Mongolia, everybody used to come and stay there.
That's
And we
amazing.
stayed, all my life I lived in hostel. So from when I was young, from like 10 years old,
Yeah.
I've been staying in hostel life. I never stayed with my parents, so I'm a very outgoing person. So
You did that at a young age, too.
Yeah, I mean, very young age. And my parents were always pushing me to be able to take care of myself, They were always like, you gotta do things yourself. And
So your parents were black?
no, of course not.
because,
I wish.
because like my mom was always pushing me to do things for myself because she wanted me to leave because I ate too much.
all right.
She's like, this costs too much. But that's so interesting. So you kind of had relationships with Mongolian people as a child,
Yeah.
or as a youngster.
Yeah, when I was in my high school, I had a lot of Mongolian friends, and then what happened was I was very connected with them, and I used to host Like for example, here they have a very big festival called as Nadam. And they
That
have
just passed, right?
Yeah, it just passed, and they have something called as Sagansar, which happens in the month of February also. So all these kind of festivals, I hosted it back in my city for these Mongolians because I felt very attached to them.
Wow, okay.
And as the years passed, I was really intrigued by, I got to visit this country that I'm being so close to these people, and they talked a lot about it. Like, Zak, you got to come to Mongolia. We're going to take care of you. Please come, please come. So I got my passport, bought my ticket, didn't know shit. My first international trip in my life.
Wow.
In 2012, just don't know what I'm doing. All I knew is my destination is Mongolia. Went to China, waited for like 12 to 14 hours in the airport.
Beijing, baby.
Yeah, and I had a very fun experience there too. But anyway, I reached Mongolia, and as my friends promised me, I have like maybe 200-300 friends. And as soon as I came, I was so shunted around all over the city. Like one friend was like, "You got to stay with me." Another one was like, "You got to stay with me. Please come." You know. So I was here for I actually booked my ticket for 2 weeks. I ended up staying here for 2 months till my visa expired. Then I flew back. Ever since I've been coming and going to Mongolia. It's been a part of me. Love the culture.
It's beautiful. You know, and that's one of the things that I find. Like, look, every place you go, no matter what, there's things that's just difficult because you're not from there.
Yeah.
But one thing that universally, when I talk to people who are here, is they really like being here. And you know, to me, when I tell people I was going to Mongolia to visit, they're like, "So you're going to China?" And I was like, "No, I'm going to Mongolia."
He's exactly right, because the first time when I was mentioning about Mongolia, I was like, "I'm going to Mongolia." They're like, "Where? Is it next to Nepal? Or is it somewhere close to..." I was like, "You guys don't know where's Mongolia?" And I was like, they were like, "No." And then when you mention about Genghis Khan, as soon as you mention that guy's name, everybody's like, "Oh, that country." But they don't know the name Mongolia. They don't know the name Mongolia. So
that country who beat everyone's ass back in the day.
I know.
So this is what I know about Mongolia, right? It's hilarious. I was like, I'm a martial artist, and I make my living by teaching martial arts, right? And I've been teaching martial arts for, God, a long time. And I've been doing martial arts my whole life. Only thing I know is that Mongolian wrestlers beat up our wrestlers all the time. Like Mongolian and Dagestani wrestlers beat the crap out of, you know, like if you could wrestle, if you could do BJJ here, if you could do any grappling here, you're a badass, right? And in true fashion, I came here on my first trip. I went to a school. I went to the big MMA school here, and I got my ass kicked consistently by like under people who are lower ranked than me, but it's just a tougher, like grappling is like almost a religion here, and I was so impressed. But when I talk to people like Mongolia, they're like, those are those people who like ran through half of the world, and you know, we know about Marco Polo, Genghis Khan, the Gobi Desert, Kublai Khan, and I'm trying to say the words right because we say the words wrong in America. The Silk Road, so we know about culturally.
So one thing I gotta say though is, I know we had a little bit of your backstory about you club promoting. So Mongolian people love to party, bringing that warrior spirit into the party element.
Well, Mongolian people will party you under the rug.
Boy, they can drink.
They can drink? I was actually really worried about that because, like, man, I don't want to drink too much because I'm not like a heavy drinker at all.
Yeah.
So
I love it here.
the thing is, like, I'm not a drinker though, but the thing is, like, you know, it's a Mongolian culture kind of thing, and they make you drink once, and they tell you the culture is you got to drink it 3 times.
Yeah, they tell you the culture.
Yeah, and after you drink it, 3 times, you know you're gonna drink a bottle, and after you drink a bottle, you know nothing. Oh, it's gonna go crazy.
After you drink a bottle, you're numb anyway. You just keep drinking. So that's interesting. I want to come back and talk about what you're doing here in a second.
Yeah.
But I want to talk to Amelia. So I met Amelia a couple of days ago, and you know, she's just this tall lady comes in. I was at my man's house here, and we kind of like had to get together. And I appreciate you for allowing me into your house, and especially my culture, because my family's Creole. People who come to your house, that's special. Ask Scott how many people come to my house.
Not many.
Yeah, like if you come to my house, like if you come to my house, you're almost like family. So when people are like, come to my house, I take it very, very personal, you know. And so I was at your house. I met Amelia, and this lady walks in with red hair, and I was like, I was gonna make a joke because like I was like, oh, she got that Kool-Aid, no sugar. That's what we call red hair in America. Like it's a black thing. Sorry, but I just want to know like you were telling me about how you went to college in Taiwan.
Yeah.
And how you just got back.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, excellent. So before that, let's talk about, if you want to, a little of your backstory. So you were born in Mongolia.
Yeah, I born in Mongolia.
Yeah. And were you born in Ulaanbaatar or?
Ulaanbaatar, yeah.
Yeah. So the capital city. Which interesting, like, because I always try to do some research when I was going someplace. Like, a quarter of the population lives of the country lives in the city. That's
1.2 million.
Yeah.
Just 1.2.
So the population here is like 3 million
3 million and 1.4.
3 million total.
Yeah.
in total.
Yeah. So it's great.
That's not even like quarter of my city back home.
It's really less.
Yeah, that's like San Francisco Bay Area has 3 million people in it. So when you went away to school, what did you study?
Actually, I already finished my master's degree in Taiwan, and it was MBA.
Oh, business.
Yeah, business administration.
So you are going to conquer the world, crush all about it behind your feet, and just squeeze money out of it.
I'm just wanting to start a new business.
So this is what the Happiness Podcast Project is all about. So what business do you want to start? What's your dream?
Actually, it's like I wanna open a Taiwanese restaurant in Mongolia.
Really?
Because nowadays Mongolians prefer the foreign foods. So
Oh, really?
I just thought that we don't have any Taiwanese restaurant in Mongolia.
So you don't have any?
Yeah, we don't have any.
And this is what, so Zach told me something. He said, this place is wide open.
Yep.
Because I was walking around and I was like, you know what? There's no Caribbean food here, and I cook Caribbean food. That's like what I cook.
If you're an entrepreneur and say you have any kind of background you're an expert at, so you can do something like, for example, you're good at IT,
Yeah.
or say you're good at business, or say you're good at marketing, say you're good at, as an expat, here you got major opportunities. Why? Because let me give you some good knowledge about Mongolia.
Please.
Mongolia got their independence in 1990.
Yes.
So that's like hardly
That's
20
fair.
years, man. So just 20 years now, the country is developing. So they're looking for business opportunities from foreigners to come, not only invest, but to teach the Mongolians the way of business life, because they have a culture they follow, and they have a different way of doing things. And
Right.
the world is way ahead of them right now. So this is a third world country. So for people like us who are entrepreneurs and who are people who are outgoing, more ready to do things in life, I think this is a good place.
And do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree.
And so you're probably pretty excited because you want to open up a Taiwanese restaurant. So and you don't want to, do you want to be that person who sets the menu and all of that, or do you just want to organize everything?
I want to organize anything, and I'm thinking about bringing the chef from Taiwan, Taiwanese chef. Yeah,
Excellent.
and teach some Mongolians how to cook Taiwanese food.
Excellent.
That's better.
Excellent. So two things. I want you to keep me abreast of everything that you're doing. I want to know, like when I'm back in America, feel free to hit me on Facebook and just send me your updates. And we want to feature that. We'll mention it every now and again.
Yeah.
Because I always do that. Like, I'm very loyal as a person to our community. Like, I read comments and things that people say, and I give people shouts out. And like, you have to realize, like, at first it was like 50% my friends, and now it's people who I don't even know. So I'm very loyal about that. So both of you, I want you to keep us abreast of what's going on and let us know your progress, because that's important to me. I love people who just want to do things that people aren't doing. Yeah.
Let's just keep in touch.
Yeah, we'll keep in touch.
Yeah.
Or
So simple, bro. So simple.
Yeah.
Let's
Sometimes
keep in
all you
touch.
need
you
to
see what happened? I put together this beautiful. I thought about it.
She just broke it
I
down,
was so articulate. She was
In
like,
pieces.
so you want to keep in touch?
Yeah, just keep in touch.
I can't take these rules. I can't take these.
So how long you been in Mongolia?
How long? I'm in Mongolia.
Her whole life.
Your whole
Your
time.
whole
So
time.
then you went to
Just,
school in Taiwan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just 2 years ago, I went to Taiwan to study, and I just finished and came back 1 week ago. But I'm
Oh,
thinking
wow, that's
to,
recent.
and I'm thinking to go back to Taiwan in November.
What are you gonna go do back in Taiwan in November?
Trying to find a chef.
Oh, okay. So you're already starting
yeah.
the motion of getting
Yeah.
your project together.
And also, if it's not possible, I want to find a job in Taiwan.
Well, I think that you're a mover and shaker, but I would definitely like if all things were equal, I would definitely do it here. So the one.
So we take a break and they can eat a little bit more,
Yeah, strawberry.
and then.
All right, mine. And we're hitting it again. Okay.
Yeah, we got a few drinks in us.
We got a few drinks. So I'm about to order some more drinks. I'm gonna get down. I'm gonna rock out with my cock out. Shit. Hang out with the wang out. Let them titties out, boy. Call it convertible. Let's go. All right.
Okay, so where were you gonna?
You were gonna ask him.
Oh yeah. So how long have you had the dream of opening a Taiwanese restaurant in Mongolia?
Actually, it's a year ago.
A year ago.
Yeah. It's like I was thinking to what to do after I finish my studying, and then I just thought, oh, Taiwanese food is really famous, and also in Mongolia we don't have Taiwanese restaurant, so it can be a good business like that.
No, I think that's great. I mean, it's you're basically going into a market that it has not been exploited yet. So if you're the very first innovator of Taiwanese culture into this market,
Yeah.
especially with all the expats coming in, people know about Taiwanese food, and especially in the States, we know about Taiwanese food and Chinese food in general. And I think that's a great business, in fact, that you are tackling it right away, especially going back to Taiwan and go find yourself a cook. I mean, that's very exciting to me.
A lot of foreigners told me that Taiwan is a food paradise.
Paradise.
Yeah. So
Oh, you ain't never had fried catfish.
I want to show this paradise to Mongolians.
Beautiful.
So,
Beautiful.
yeah.
But you know what's more important to me when I hear you say that is that you have a goal. So my whole thing is follow through.
Action.
My whole thing is follow through and accountability. I grew up with a bunch of, I'm gonna swear here because I'm drinking. I grew up with a bunch of motherfuckers who had dreams, right? But you know what? Fuck your dreams. Write your dreams down and make it reality.
Yeah.
Don't tell me about your dreams. If you're telling me about the same dream 25 years from now, I don't care about it. But like, you had a dream for a year, you're going back to make it happen, kudos to you, sis. Make it happen. Make it happen. I'm 100% for it. So Zach, I wanted to talk to you, like, we talked about a little your background. I want to know, what are you doing here now?
All right, so right now here in Mongolia,
Just making money? You're just printing money? Just
no,
fly as hell?
that we got to keep under the radar though.
Go on, man. Tell me what's up.
Nothing like right now. Actually, I joined here as a student. Thought about completing my master's here in an international university that has English teachers with like for American teachers are there who teach us like business and stuff. So I'm studying my MBA here, as well as like I'm working in as a manager at one of the most expensive clubs, or should I say one of the most poshest clubs in the poshest area in UB City.
Are we going to that tonight?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's without a doubt tonight.
We gonna hit it.
Alright, so that's one thing, and plus here I have an IT company in the name of International Innovations. So this company I created is because back home we have the best IT company in the world. I mean the city of the world where all the IT experts are taken from that one city and taken even to America. So it's outsourced from there. So what I did was I connected a bridge between Mongolia and this city. And like you said, I'm exploiting an area that's not been exploited yet. And here IT is very poor, like really poor. So here if you want to develop a small application which would cost like a maximum of $2,000 to $3,000 within a month would take like 6 months to $10,000-15,000. So here is where I'm coming as a middleman and breaking the ice and telling people like, okay, I can get it. So my one passion, what I did was I developed an IT application personally called a Slate, and this application was a bridge between the parents and the students as an educational application.
Wow, okay.
All right, so back then when I used to come here for 3-4 years, I was working in the education background, and I was an admissions officer for around 14 universities. So I used to do exchange programs as well for here in Mongolia and India. So I used to bring a lot of Mongolians to India, bring a lot of Indians to Mongolia, made a lot of exchange programs, worked with the mayor of UB City back then, and I did a lot of homework before I could settle down in this way. But yeah, it's all about your hardship and, like you said, the passion and how far you're ready to go get it.
See, honestly, that really surprised me, and it fleshes out your whole multi-dimensional aspect of you.
Yes.
Because at first I only heard club promoter,
Yeah.
but when you said that about being an educator and bridging the communication between Mongolia and Dubai,
Yeah.
like that really strikes a chord inside of me.
Yeah, even I did that in Thailand as well. Thailand and India. And the thing is, like, how can I say, I'm an entrepreneur that's ready to take anything up as a challenge and complete the task if I am up to it, you know. And if it's not my cup of tea, I let it go. For example, like I got offered a really good hefty salary to work here as an English teacher and work here as with the students. But that's not my cup of tea. That's not what I'm up for, you know. I'm a guy who's a person who loves to socialize, loves to make deals, go out there, do marketing, and this is what I love. It's my passion. So I'm doing what I like. So in one way, my background is also kind of unique because my full family background is we have a chain of restaurants, Arabic restaurants in India. So my dad works in that, and like you said, my dad was like, you got to do the restaurant line, and I was like, that's not my style.
Right.
That's not what I'm up to. That's not what I want to do in my life, you know. I want to do something of my own. And my dad was like, okay, if you want to do something of your own, you don't come to me when you need money. You don't ask me support. So from when I was 18 years old, I walked out and I was like, okay, I'm going to do whatever I want and I'm going to take care of myself. And my dad was like, okay, as long as you're not under my roof, you do whatever you want, son. And you know, in that way, I respect my father because we fought for nearly 2 years till I got my freedom, because I was working the restaurant line and I know it's a 24 hours job, 365 days job.
100%.
Even though there's money in it, there's no sleep, there's no comfort, you know what I mean? There's no family time. Because I see my dad every day, like he has a chain of restaurants, he's got to check up everything, he's got so much of headaches, and I'm like, Dad, this is not my cup of tea. I'm a guy who's a go-getter and I'm a little bit of entrepreneurship in me. I want to do this, and my dad's like, okay. But you know, after seeing the whole world, like now I've traveled a lot and I've experienced a lot. So next year I'm going back home, and with all the experience and knowledge I've gained, I'm going to boost my dad's place up. Like because my dad's old school, you know, he works the old school way, and I know the new generation how it works, and the coming generation how it works. I've learned a lot, you know, like travel brings experience. So So on that basis, I'm planning to go back home, and my brother's also working with my dad right now, and he's also a master chef. My mom's a master chef. They all are like into.
So it's the family business.
It's a family business, and I'm the only guy who's from 18 years old. I pushed away, and I think I'm finally ready to go back and just help them to boost, you know, in terms of marketing, promotions, in terms of crafting new skills, ideas, how to make a new unique style. So yeah, I'm ready for it. So I'm just waiting for time. Time kills it.
Well, excellent. I want to thank you for spending this time with us.
Oh, no worries.
100%. We're going out tonight. I'm getting down.
Definitely.
I'm
Scott, you better be up.
I feel so unlucky that I can't go out with you tonight.
and Zak and Amelia, thank you for sitting in the hot seat. with us.
No worries, man. I got you, bro.
Right on. One love.
All right.
All right.
Wait. So we got, you know what?
What?
Subscribe on YouTube.
Subscribe on YouTube.
Hit that like.
Hit the like.
Bell for more notifications.
Notifications.
Get all our latest videos.
Latest videos.
Am I missing something?
Oh yeah, and I ain't gonna let you Google me because that's when you stick your finger in my booty hole.
And make sure you leave some comments too.
And you can't Twitter. That's when you play with my nipples with your pointer finger. You ain't gonna do that either. And Facebook, you ain't sticking your finger in my nose. I don't know what the hell is going on. These people are doing all this newfangled shit. I don't know what the hell is going on. All this newfangled stuff. Shit.
This is so ridiculous. Okay, boom. That's it.
All right.
Okay, I got it.
Thank you.